Namaste. Okay, as long as the phone cooperates, then we should be all right. I'm a little bit nervous. Why am I nervous? It's not like I don't even talk in front of the camera all the time. Like, oh my gosh, I think it feels personal. Myself, here we go. And scratch. Okay, I'm gonna compose myself now. I promise. Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome back to my channel, Hippie Housewife. In today's video, I'm going to be answering all of the Q&A questions that came through last week. I put an announcement, short clip video that was announcing that I would be doing a Q&A very soon. I wanted to do this because I wanted to grow closer to my subscribers and my viewers and my audience. And in asking the questions, I wanted people to comment and kind of, let me know a little bit about them as well, because I really am grateful and very appreciative of all of my supporters and subscribers. So this was a way to gain closeness yet. So here we go. A little nervous, guys. A little nervous. I don't know why. It's really dumb, but anywho, we're gonna start with question number 1, and she is the McQueens, I believe, McQueens, that. But anywho, so question number 1, how long have you known and been with your husband? I have known him since 7th grade when I moved into the school district, and we were acquaintances, but we always had like a feeling around one another. That's a whole different love story for another one, another Q&A maybe. But yeah, so we knew each other since 7th grade. We dated one time, kind of dated, around 2011, and we weren't ready for commitment because we were both struggling with a lot of life issues at that time, and our past relationships were still kind of like dragging us down, so we weren't like brand new ready for a relationship at the time being. But ever since we had cut ties at that moment, we could not stop thinking about one another. And 2 years later, or a year or two later, 2 years later, we ended up sealing the deal, and we've been together ever since. So we've been together for almost 5 years. Our anniversary is August 10th. Next question that she has was, what crystal is your all-time favorite? My all-time favorite crystal is kyanite. I am obsessed with blue, and that is one of the main colors that kyanite comes in. It also aligns all of your chakras, so it makes you feel very positive and well balanced, and it is a self-cleansing stone, so it's a very powerful one. You do not need to cleanse it with sage or moonlight. There's a selenite that you could also lay your crystals on top of. Another video, another time. But basically, it's a self-cleansing stone, and it is my absolute favorite, and I love it so very much. And I'm obsessed with the color blue, and I love the blue hues that come in kyanite. Her last question was, can you have a hooping update on your journey, please? Yes, indeed. I promise to do that very soon. I have not dropped the ball, but dropped the hoop. Basically, I have been super busy that I have not even had time to do much hula hooping, but I really want to take advantage while summer is still here before it gets cold and miserable, and then I really miss not being able, to just like grab it and go wherever I want when it's frickin' freezing out and there's like feet of snow. So I promise to do that very soon. I need to do that for myself. I need to promise myself that too. Okay, so moving on to Liliana Rosa. She is one of my oldest subscribers. She's been with me almost since the very beginning of my journey, a year and a half ago. And she is super excited here. She's like, oh yay, my questions are a bit far out, so feel free to ignore, LOL. Okay, so let's see here. Any conspiracy theories that you believe in? Also, what are your passions in life and favorite books? Okay, so let's start with conspiracy theories. I think I might save this for another Q&A if you guys are interested in hearing more, because I could probably go on for a really long time on that topic, and I don't want to bore everybody who may not be interested in hearing what I have to say about conspiracy theories. But yes, I do. A few of them are, I believe in aliens, definitely. I do think that some of them may even like disguise themselves and be on this planet, because it's selfish to almost say that we're the only ones in the universe, when the universe is so vast and giant, and the galaxy itself, and there's probably millions of other galaxies that our equipment just can't even like fathom yet, you know what I mean, like technology and whatnots. So yes, I do believe in some conspiracy theories, and again, definitely comment and question down below if you would like me to do an additional video on that, because that is just a whole ball game itself. What are your passions in life? My passions in life are obviously my family, and my pets, my kids and my pets. I love family. I put it above everything in my life, and I juggle a great deal of things, but I always have this internal like guilt almost, if you will, that I need to set a time, adequate time aside to spend with my kids, spend with my pets, being grateful for those moments with them. And then other passions that I have are writing. I am a published poet, and I have a book. I also used to perform a great deal of spoken word and a few slam competitions. I went to Macedonia and represented the US with my fiance, Dustin, and that was the time of our life. We were in the International Poetry Festival. So I love writing. I've been writing since I was 13 years old, and I had always been really good at reading in English in school, as well as art. Art is also another huge passion of mine. I love creating jewelry and dream catchers, woodwork. I'm still learning a little bit of woodwork, and also paintings. I do acrylic painting, watercolor, and pen and ink sketches. So I'm a very artsy fartsy individual, and I don't think I would survive if I couldn't create. That's something that my soul just completely yearns to do. So those are really big passions of mine. My YouTube channel is a big passion of mine. I put a lot of work and dedication into growing this channel, and I hope someday it will sustain me and I can get rid of all the other side jobs that I have going on. Not all of them, because I do enjoy some of them, but some of them I could just, like serving tables, I'm really tired of serving tables. I've been doing that for a long time too. But we're getting off topic, so okay, and then her last question was from Liliana Rosa, favorite books. I have a favorite book right now that I've had since my father introduced it to me when I was a teenager. I'm 30 now, so it's still high on my list. I used to love Stephen King novels, very, very much so, but I don't have much time for reading anymore, so this is my all-time favorite. Anything spiritual, spirituality related, conspiracy theories, things like that, paganism, Wicca, I'm drawn to all of that stuff big time, but I would have to say that my favorite is by David Welsh. It's a series of 3, and it's called Conversations with God, and it's a very spiritual type, and basically this man hits rock bottom and he just starts lashing out on paper, you know, why me? Why is my life like this? Why is everything in shambles all the time? And he starts to speak, he starts to answer his own questions in this like dialogue type of manner, and God starts answering him, and God is speaking through him because he is part of God. So as far as like what you believe in, which again, possibly another video another time, but it's really inspiring because it's basically how we have all been divided from this massive divine source into different tiers, who we are today, to remember and experience ourselves and our life and our journey. The good and the bad, how we manifest with energy, positive and negative, how there's this giant ripple effect. It's a really epic book, so you guys should definitely look into it, and I'll probably leave a link down below if I can find one for you. Okay, so moving on to Amanda Champion, another long-term subscriber. I love her so much as well. I mean, I love all of you guys, I really do, but there's quite a few of you that I've really bonded with that have been here on my journey for 1.5 years, so okay, Amanda Champion, how often are you doing maintenance on your dreads now since they are older? Maybe once every other month. Definitely have to once every other month, and I try to do it once a month, but life has been freaking crazy lately, so I haven't been keeping up on that as much as I want to. She also asked, what kind of maintaining are you doing in this stage? I am doing clockwise rubbing of the roots to try and get all these like wispies back into place. I just washed yesterday too, so they're extra frizzy, and it's been raining cats and dogs where I live here, so sorry about all the frizz, guys. But yes, I once a month, ideally, at least once every other month, clockwise rubbing, also latch hook crochet. And then separating. I don't do much palm rolling unless I'm separating right after I've washed and it's like slightly air drying and I'm about to do the blow dryer. I'll do a little condensing and get everything as tight up with that dreadlock as I can. But ideally the latch hook and clockwise rubbing. And I will leave descriptions down below. I will leave links to all those goodies in the description down below because the latch hook, if you don't know what it is and you are a dreadhead, it will save your life, it will save your dreads, it will keep you from damaging your hair, and it is a great tool to really like thread everything back into the dread that you want those hairs to go into. So she also asked, do you have extensions in at this point? Are you going to take out the extensions? I do not have extensions. I used to for about a 2 or 3 month period and I hated them. It felt so unnatural. It was like wiry and like straw. Like, I mean, I know dreadlocks feel like wool and they can be itchy and like heavy and hot, but it was different. So it wasn't me. Like there was like a piece of something on me intertwined in my me stuff, and it just didn't feel right. So I removed them, which I was kind of like, damn, Jessica, like you put in so much work into that, but it just didn't feel right. I wasn't jiving with it. So got rid of them. No, I do not want extensions. I want my dreads like down to my ass or longer. My hair used to actually crest the top of my tailbone before I dreaded it, shrunk significantly, as most dreadheads know how that process works. And now my longest one is finally like touching the top of my belly button. So I want it to be all me, all natural, and I'm really excited for like 10 years from now, as long as I stay committed to my dreadlocks for 10 years longer, to see how far they go from here. So it's gonna be heavy as hell, I know that. Okay, so that was Amanda Champion. I have 2 more guys. Here is from Bottle Tree Farm. She is a newer subscriber, a few months now, and a dear sweetheart as well. You can check out her channel. She does have a channel of her own. She says, yay, this is fun. Question number 1. Okay, so I noticed that in the last 2 videos you were holding a vapor machine. Alrighty, so basically with that question, she said that her brother has one, lives out of the States, he buys products here because it's cheaper. Are the juices you buy organic and healthy, with negative side effects, and is yours just juice or does there have nicotine in it? I have nicotine in it. I did at one point when I discovered I was pregnant with my newest edition. I weaned myself in a 1-week span of the first week I knew that I was pregnant with 0 nicotine, and kicked that right away because there is not much research about vape machines. I have nicotine in it now because life gets to be life. So and the whole time Dustin, my partner, he has always had nicotine in his, and there was a stressful day and I was 2 years of nothing, or almost 2 years. It was the whole pregnancy and like half of, okay, so maybe a year and a half, that Raven turned about like 6 months, 5 to 6 months, and I was like really stressed out one afternoon. He's like, you can, take a puff of my vape if you want to, and I'm like, but it has nicotine in it, and then I'm gonna go right back down that path again. We were both heavy smokers, him way more than me in the past. I smoked for about 10 years, cigarettes, and then he smoked for about 15 years. He started really super young. So the vape was a way to help wean us down of our nicotine levels. We are at the very low. We do we float between 6 milligram and 3 milligram, and then obviously the last one is 0. So we're working on it, but we are cheaters every now and then too, like a cigar or a cigarette here and there, but mostly, yes, it has nicotine in it. We eventually want to kick the habit entirely. It has been a struggle. The struggle is real. And no, I do not have loads of research done on the juices. However, I am going to be connecting with a new product company called Diamond, and they do a lot of CBD oils and things like that, but I have to figure out like what's legal where I live and what's allowed. But I am going to be correlating with this company, and I will be doing a future video on that, because whatever I learn and discover, I always share with you guys. So that answers that question. And then her second question was, do you feel your age? I don't feel my age. Like sometimes my body will be like, oh shit, yeah, you're 30. But all in all, I'm a stubborn person. Even when I was pregnant, you know, and people were like, oh, don't touch that, don't lift that, you know, I'm like, man, I'm pregnant, I'm not dead. I'm a very driven, I have a hard time sitting still. I'm always working and doing something, always. I don't relax very well, if that makes any sense. So I feel like my body and my mind are very in sync with one another, so I really don't feel 30. If I had to give myself an age of what do I feel, I would probably say like 25, 23 or 25, which I hope that streak keeps going throughout my life, and when I'm 80 I feel 60, like, you know, something like that would be really awesome. We can wish, right? We can wish. Okay, so those were her questions, I believe, right? It was just those. Oh, hold on a second, sorry guys. Yes, okay. And then up here I have Night Kitten. She's a newer subscriber, and I think I'm sorry if it's not she, I'm pretty sure, but we're really jiving quite well, so thanks for asking these questions, Night Kitten. Okay, I'm a new sub. See, told you. So maybe you've talked about this before, and I just don't know, but do you worship and believe in God? And where are a few of your favorite places to get clothes and accessories, online stores, and brick and mortar stores? Thank you. And any tips for young dreads to knot up closer to the scalp? Okay, I think I can do that. All right, so let's see here. Starting with question number 1. Do you believe and worship in God, or vice versa? Worship and believe in God. I am a super spiritual individual. I believe in a lot of earthly things. So I believe in Mother Nature, a connection with animals, and everything that is around us is thriving and living and breathing in its own way, including plants. I have a huge green thumb. I'm a big tree hugger. So very spiritual, very connected to Mother Nature and Mother Earth. I believe in divine timing. I believe in reincarnation and past lives. And I don't know if I necessarily believe in God as in he is this or she is this body or person. I think I believe in this higher power. And maybe it's not even a person. Maybe it's just like this energy force field or this energy source. It just could be like this divine light. Is pretty much my belief system, I believe. I'm still figuring that out, you know, I really am, and just reading and researching and listening to myself and my heart and my soul and what feels right, what I feel or I'm remembering. And I actually want to do some like past recall of past lives, lucid dreaming. I really want to dig deep on my spiritual aspects of myself and almost like find the answers within. Again, if you guys want to hear more about that, another video, comment down below, please, because like I'm open for all of that goodness. It's wonderful. Okay, a few of your favorite places to get clothes and accessories, online stores. I will leave you guys a few links down below. I have to think about it a little bit though, because I generally will shop where I can get bargains. I like yard sales, I like Goodwill stores, secondhand consignment, and then sometimes I'll just grab me a tank top or a pair of shorts at like a Target. I'll leave those links down below, but if you guys want to kind of like explore some other places. And then I just started reaching out to other companies for like collaborations and reviews and things of that nature, and I actually have a really big list, so I can leave you guys a great deal of things. And again, another video another time if you want me to do a fashion video. all about like how to get a style together, great bargain places to shop for your style, please let me know down below. The God and the belief stuff, spirituality videos, please let me know down below, and I will elaborate more on those topics individually. And then the last thing was any tips to help young dreads knot up closer to the scalp. Okay, so washing, shampooing is going to be your best bet in helping everything lock up. Also, clockwise rubbing. So there are videos on my channel how to clockwise rub the roots and new growth of your dreadlocks, maintenance in general, latch hook crocheting, and depending on what kind of shampoos you're also using. So if you have too much of the oilies, essential oils, your base oils, conditioning oils, or oils within your shampoo, maybe you need something that's a little bit drier to help balance everything out. A spray that you can also create that people usually mist their dreads down. Well, I do, and I've shared that down my channel before as well. But there are different like mixtures and concoctions that you can put in a spray bottle and soak your dreads down, and get in the shower, and before you shampoo them, let that, you know, like really soak in. Save the shampooing process for the last parts. I've noticed that helps dry things up a little bit and isn't too oily, but you have to find a balance though, so be careful with that, because you don't want your hair to be brittle and break apart. So take a scroll through my channel and see what works for you if I didn't answer your question correctly, because I do have like over 30 dreadlock videos, things that you can do for maintenance and locking up. I'm actually going to be making a locking up video soon. That's on the back burner, but I'll make sure to update you when that happens as well. And that was it, guys. Oh, I'm sorry if this video is getting long, so I am going to cut it here. Please, additional questions and comments down below if you guys want me to do another one or elaborate on any one of those questions and topics. Thank you for watching, as always, and I hope you all have an epic, blessed day, and I will see you all very soon.